Hello everyone, welcome to Digital Signal Processing online lecture series. Myself Reema Rani. Now in previous sessions we have seen the linear convolution topic and its examples for different methods like mathematical method, tabulation method and graphical method. Right? In today's session we are going to revise all of these three methods together and we are going to see this in very detail because this topic is very important to you. In previous session we have considered different kind of examples for some particular methods because of that it may happen that in your exam whenever the data will be varied you will understand the concept well and you will able to perform the linear convolution for any of the method given to you. That's why we are focusing more on linear convolution topic. So now let's start the revision of the linear convolution. First of all, the linear convolution formula, which is important especially for the first mathematical method and the third graphical method. And in tabulation method, you don't need to put the values in the formula, but still it is important for you to remember this linear convolution formula. The formula is y of n, that is equals to summation of k equals to minus infinite to infinite x of k into h of n minus k. Okay, we are repetitively considering this formula so that you can remember it very well. Now for any of the example, whether it is using the mathematical method, tabulation method or graphical method, first of all you need to define the range of n and k for the given data. Okay, where x of n will be your input signal, h of n will be your impulse response of the system and y of n will be the output system. Okay, so the methods of computing linear convolutions are mathematical method, tabulation method and graphical method. Okay, we have seen all of these methods individually in previous sessions. In session, that means we have particular session in which we have considered mathematical method and its examples. Then in the further session we have seen tabulation methods, and another sessions we have seen different examples or variants of graphical method. Right, now in today's session we are going to consider all of these three methods together so that you can understand the difference between these three, and in exam if you are asked to find linear convolution using any of the method, you can decide which method will be easy for you. Okay, so we are going to consider different variants of example. First of all, let us say that in the given data x of n given to you is 1 2 1 3 1. Okay, and impulse response of the system h of n given to you is 2 0 2 1 0. Okay, let's say for example in this the arrow is given at the first position. Now if you are going to do the linear convolution part for the mathematical method, then what you will do is, so first of all for mathematical method, so mathematical method we are going to use the formula, and for that we are going to vary the range of n using this formula. So what the formula is, y of n that is equals to summation of k equals to minus infinite to infinite x of k into h of n minus k. Right, so in this formula we are going to place the values of n and k. So from this given data, what will be the range of n? N will be, we are placing over here directly the range of n, because in previous sessions we have seen that how to find higher range of n and lower range of n. Okay, so from here as you can see this indicates instant 0 1 2 3 and 4. Similarly over here it is 0 1 2 3 and 4. That means over here both of the sequences given to you are of equal length, that means having 5 values starting from instant n equals to 0 to 4. Okay, so over here the range of n will be equals to 0 to 8. Why? Because lower range for this is 0, that means 0 plus 0, that will give the lower range 0. Higher range 4 plus 4, that will give you the higher range 8. Okay, So this is how we have defined n equals to 0 to 8, right? And how we will define the value k? K will be dependent only on x of n's range, that is 0 to 4. So k equals to 0 to 4, right? Now we have to place first of all n equals to 0 to get y of 0. Then we will need to find y of 1, y of 2 by placing the value of k from 0 to 4 and varying the instant k equals 0 to 4 and placing the values in the given x of k into h of n minus k to find y of 0 up to y of 8, right? So we have to find y of 0, y of 1, y of 2, y of 3, y of 4, y of 5, y of 6, y of 7 and y of 8 likewise. Okay, so as the length of the given data sequence increases, it will become a lengthy process to solve it using mathematical method, right? Because for each and every instant you have to vary the range of k, and according to that particular instant you will have to place the value of x of n and h of n in the particular instant, right? So like this you need to find total 9 values, okay, which we have seen in the mathematical method for 3 or 4 length sequences, right? So next method, second method, that is our tabulation method. So if we have to do this for the tabulation method, so recall the tabulation method session in which we have seen that x of n has to be placed horizontally over here and h of n has to be placed over here vertically. So our x of n is what? 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, and h of n is what? 2, 0, 2, 1 and 0, right? So we will multiply the respective elements and make the segments of this, and directly by adding them we will get the final output sequence y of n. Okay, so this method will be short as compared to mathematical method over here, which will give the answer in 1 or 2 steps only. That means you have to just multiply the respective elements, make the segments and add them to get the final output. Okay, now if we consider the third method, that is our graphical method, right? So what happens in that? So in graphical method, what we need to do is we need to plot the graphs for each and every instance. So here we will have to plot the graph for y of 0, y of 1 up to y of 8. That means we have to plot the graph 9 into 2 times, that means 18 times, because we have to plot this graph for x of n and for that the respective values of h of k, that means whether it is h of 1 minus k, 2 minus k, 4 minus k, whatever it is, up to the number of instances, right? So over here as you can see n equals to 0 to 8, we have to vary n equals 0 to 8 and to plot the graphs for each and every of them, right? So again this will be a lengthy process. So as you can see over here, among these 3 methods, that is mathematical method, tabulation method and graphical method, whenever it is not mentioned that which method is to be used to find linear convolution for the particular input sequences, tabulation method will be easier for you to do that. Okay, so as you can see, using tabulation method for this particular example, I'll find the answer easily and the error chances will be less. Okay, so now let us consider one lengthy example and for that find the answer using tabulation method. In the example which we have seen over here, we have taken length of equal for x of n and h of n and arrow at the first position only. But now we will consider next example of unequal length sequences and with arrow positions different. Okay, so whatever the given data or whatever the changes they have made in that will be easier for you to do in the tabulation method. Okay, because if arrow position is changed, for graphical method you have to be very careful to plot the graph of whether it is h of minus k plus 2 or minus k minus 3, you have to be very careful by placing the values at some particular instance and then delaying them or adding them, right, or else making advance of them, right. If there may be error in one instant, the error will be cumulated and your answer will be wrong, okay. And the chances of error may be less in mathematical method, but again there will be some chances of error in that method also. But using tabulation method, the chances of error will be reduced to so many percentage, right. So let us see one lengthy example in which x of n given to you is 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 0. Here the arrow is at second position and h of n given to you is 2, 0, 0, 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay, here arrow is at this position. Okay, so as you can see, the length of x of n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here the length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means of equal length. But let's make it unequal and add one more instant value behind. So this will make the unequal length of sequences. Now let us solve this using tabulation method. So for this we will make a table in which we will place horizontally x of n and vertically h of n. Okay, x of n is what? It is given to you is 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 0 and h of n is 2, 0, 0, 2, 1, 1, 1 and 1. Okay, let us start the procedure. So by multiplying this value with the horizontal all values of x of n, we will get 2, 2 into 2 4, 2 into 3 6, 2 into 2 4, 2 into 2 4, 2 into 1 2, 2 into 0 0, right. Then next value is 0. We'll multiply this with horizontal all values of x of n, which will give 0 into something will give you 0 only. So this will give 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0, right. Now again third value is 0, so that values will be also equal. That means all values 0, right. Next that is 2. So by multiplying this all of these values we will get 2, 4, 6, 4, 4, 2 and 0. Now the next value is 1. We will multiply this 1 with all of these values. That will give the same values. That means 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1 and 0. Similarly, taking the next value 1, that will give the same 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 0. Next one again same, and the last value is 1, so that will give the same values again. Okay, now let us make the segments. So by taking the partitions we will find the values. Be careful while making the partitions, otherwise it may happen that you will have the error in the final answer. So make sure that you have placed the values properly in the table. To make the partition easy and perfect. Okay, so now let us calculate the values. So let us consider the final output y of n, that is equals to, first of all, this value, that is 2. Then the next instant 0 plus 4, that means 4. Then 0 plus 0 plus 6, that will give you 6. Then 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4, that means 6. Then the next value is 1 plus 4 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4, that will give you 9. Then for this 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 6 9, 9 plus 0 9, 9 plus 0 9 plus 2, that means 11. Then in the next instant 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus the rest values are 0, so 10 plus 0 will give the value 10. Then in the next instant 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 4 12, plus 0 will give the value 12. Then 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 2 9, 9 plus 2 11, 11 plus 0 11. Okay, and next instant 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 1 8, 8 plus 0 8. Okay, now next 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 0 5, so that will give the value 5. Okay, next is 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 0 3, so the value is 3. Second last value 1 plus 0 will give the answer 1, and the last value is 0. So these are the final output sequences y of n values. Now imagine that we have to do this using graphical method. Then how many graphical plots we have to plot, right? So that would become the lengthy process and time consuming process. And it may happen that any of the values will be in error. Okay, so for this the tabulation method will be easy and less time consuming. Now we have to indicate the arrow. So here the arrow is at this 2, and here the arrow is at fourth 2, that means here. Now in the instant where they are intersecting each other, it will be the value where the arrow will be placed in the final output sequence, right? So here let us consider this, and this going like this. So this will intersect in this where the value is 1 plus 4 5, 5 plus 4 9, that means here there will be arrow. Okay, so this is how the tabulation method works to get the final output sequence. Okay, so I hope that now all of the methods, all of the variants using linear convolution is clear to you now. Now in the next session we will continue from the next topic. Okay, these are the references. Thank you for listening.